AI used to help answer your tax questions coming soon? I'm Marcus Esparza, and I have more details on that next.
New, local, unique. MyTV53 News at 8 starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to the San Joaquin Valley's only 8 p.m. news. I'm Giovanna Casanova. Thanks for tuning in. We begin with MyTV53's Marcus Esparza, who has tonight's big story.
AI is now being considered to answer your questions in the tax department.
With the increase of calls from Californians and businesses in the tax season around this time of the year, wait times have also climbed from 4 minutes to 20. It's an all-hands-on-deck situation. Later this year, the Tax Department of California and Fee Administration, which employs 3,696, plans to use generative artificial intelligence to advise its 375 call center agents on tax state code. Proposals upon request have been made to allow AI to help the state with taxes have went out last month. The MyTV53 news crew spoke with a local employee who works in an industry that could potentially be affected by the increase of AI.
The thing about AI is that they are not going to assess the risk factors right away with these programs. They're going to just trust that the answers that are being generated are accurate. But the way the AI works, it's going to generate different answers for the same questions for different people, depending on who's asking, how they ask, and things of that nature. It's best to just ask a more experienced tax professional these questions instead of relying on some flawed program, artificial intelligence, to answer these questions for you.
With AI coming more into the picture in so many industries, it's a definite possibility that more will lose their jobs. Will AI take completely over in the future? Only time will tell. I'm Marcus Esparza reporting for MyTV53 News at 8.
New from our partners at CalMatters, when California took the unprecedented step in spring 2020 to move thousands of homeless residents into hotels to protect them from the ravages of COVID-19, it did so believing the federal government would foot a large chunk of the bill. Now, following what California officials say is an abrupt about-face from the Federal Emergency Management Agency, cities and counties suddenly are on the hook for hundreds of millions of dollars they expected FEMA to cover. At a time when budgets already are tight, it's left local government scrambling. Learn more about this at calmatters.org. The Clovis City Council met with the Clovis Unified School District Governing Board on Tuesday, February 13th, to discuss projects that impact both the City of Clovis and CUSD. Here's a recap.
We have 15 Clovis Unified High School sophomores and juniors who are a part of the first ever City of Clovis Youth Commission, which has held its first meeting this month at City Hall. And this work is pretty exciting. The Youth Commission is comprised of a panel of teenagers who will provide essentially a young person's perspective in the city and its future development. The new members' first business will be to establish the Youth Commission's charter and bylaws. They will be coached by Clovis City Council members and Clovis City staff through the spring, and they will present their work to the council in May. So that's exciting to have some of our students being active and learning about the impact they can have on their community. We also have students across the district who are recognizing and learning from and celebrating. As you know, February is our Black History Month. So in addition to information shared through morning announcements, displays, curriculum, through library, books being read, some of the recognitions include that our high school students attended the Fresno County Superintendent of Schools African American Student Leadership Conference yesterday, where they got to hear from a panel of 4 that are all leaders at the higher education level, and got to hear about access and achieving goals, which was a great message. Later this month, Clovis Unified will host the African American Middle School Success Conference at our very own Performing Arts Center at Clovis North. That's on February 23rd, and hope if you're able to join us, that will start at 9:15 in the morning. And then kicking off the month, I also want to highlight, I had the privilege of going Saturday to see Century Elementary's choir and Rayburn Intermediate's chamber choir sing at the first ever Fresno County Superintendent of Schools Unity Fresno Festival and Concert, which honored the contributions of famous African-American musical composers. And it was well attended, and it was in Audra McDonald's concert hall, and it was full. It was a really great event.
All new from Governor Newsom's office, this year, Black History Month celebrates the contributions of African Americans to the arts and culture that are so deeply embedded in our nation's very psyche. This month and year-round, Newsom and his wife are celebrating Black history and working to help shape an even brighter future for all.
This month, Black History Month, we pay tribute to Black changemakers, dreamers, and doers who led us to where we are today.
Our past, present, and future are profoundly shaped by the contributions made by the Black community in every walk of life imaginable. California is and always has been home to so many incredible Black leaders and visionaries.
And as we celebrate this storied history, we must remember the lessons learned from our past, even as some try to rewrite our history.
Our shared history, good and bad, cannot and should not be forgotten. And it is that history that pushes all of us together to be better.
Yeah, this year, Black History Month celebrates the contributions of African Americans to the arts and culture and dance and poetry and literature and visual arts and so much more, all of which are so deeply embedded in our nation's very psyche.
It is so true. Really, art is a universal language, a way of connecting and expressing that bypasses the mind and goes straight to the heart. And Black artists have long used that language, not only to make the world a more beautiful place, but to push us all to be better, to be more empathetic, to speak truth to power.
Yeah, so let's take the opportunity to celebrate generations of Black history and art, and to do our part to help shape an even brighter future for all.
And finally, in your first few minutes of nonstop news at 8, over 1.7 million electric cars are currently on the road in California. But drivers in the nation's largest EV market say they're struggling to find chargers. VOA's Anna Rice reports.
Los Angeles resident Paul Williams bought his electric car 2 months ago.
This car's been fantastic. It's, well, a couple of reasons, right? Fuel, cost, and, it's just better for the environment.
But when the car's battery is dead, Williams loses a bit of his enthusiasm. He says recharging the vehicle takes time and patience.
Like this one shows as working, but when you plug it in, it locks into the vehicle and you can't get unplugged, so you're stuck.
So I have this car for about 3 years almost. It used to be very easy, whenever you come to charge, you could have, charge immediately. Lately is extremely difficult. Not too many charger, and also sometimes out of 3, 2 of them are not working, so sometimes you have to wait 2 hours before your turn comes. So.
Volkswagen of America offered 3 years of free fast charging and an incentive to go electric, and more auto giants are doing something similar, like BMW, Porsche, and Mercedes. As more people make the switch, the problem now is that the state doesn't have enough charging stations.
Beginning, it was nice, nice car, luxury car, 2 years free charge, 30 minutes fast charge. But the problem is this station is not working perfectly. They said 150 kilowatt. When you plug it in, 25 kilowatts. You have to wait 2 hours for the charge. If I knew, I didn't buy this car.
California has around 41,000 public electric vehicle chargers, the most in the country. That seems like a lot, but experts say Californians are buying cars faster than the state can set up chargers.
California is where electric vehicles are growing the fastest in the nation, both for a variety of reasons. Right? In fact, I would say 3 reasons. Right, one is the policies, pretty strong policies. There was in addition to the federal tax credit, the people are much more environmentally conscious. Also, our high gas prices.
U.S. federal authorities say they want to have 500,000 charging stations installed in the country by 2030. The United States currently has about 180,000. But researchers at the National Renewable Energy Laboratory believe over 1 million will be needed to match the demand.
We have probably about 25% of what we need, maybe a little bit less.
But things could get better soon. In late 2023, EV maker Tesla, working with the federal government, said it will open their charging stations to all electric vehicles, and most automakers say they will adopt the Tesla standard going forward. That will make more stations accessible to more EV drivers. For Angelina Bagdasaryan in Los Angeles, California, Anna Rice, VOA News.
And that does it for your first few minutes of nonstop news at 8, but don't go anywhere because we're just getting started. We'll have more news and a look at your weather coming right up. Plus, Valentina Saldana has sports shorts.
This is MyTV53 News.
Welcome back. Time to see what's happening across Kern County.
And we're kicking off 2024 by dedicating more resources to our local libraries. Anna Marie Odo has the story.
The Kern County Library is partnering with the City of Bakersfield to give residents greater access to literacy and education. The city and county have signed a 5-year, $2.78 million contract to expand the hours, days, and services at 4 libraries in the city of Bakersfield, including the Northeast, Wilson, Baker, and Holloway-Gonzalez branches. Now, these libraries are open Tuesday through Saturday for 7 hours each day. Our Director of Libraries, Andy Sullivan, has more on this exciting agreement.
The County Library Department is excited to be partnering with the City of Bakersfield in supporting 4 City Bakersfield libraries in our East and South communities. These communities desperately need more access to library services and resources and haven't had expanded hours in over 15 years. So this is historic in nature, and we're super excited to be able to bring it with the partnership with City of Bakersfield. And so we can't wait to see you all out there. Check us out and come by for a visit.
Also happening this month, more than $12 million in rehabilitation projects are underway at many of our library branches. We're so proud to bring these upgraded library services to our residents. For more information and to view your local library's operational hours, just visit kerncountylibrary.org.
And we're sharing some continued good news for our Kern County parks. Construction is underway at Heritage Park and Mojave East Park for beautification and enhancement projects. This is a result of Kern County being awarded 2 Clean California grants, which will help us add more amenities to these recreational spaces. When construction is completed between the 2 parks, residents can expect new restrooms, lights, walking paths, a skate park, improvements of amphitheaters, soccer fields, and basketball courts, as well as picnic pavilions and better parking lots. Our communities will be able to enjoy these finished upgrades as early as this summer. And we're ending today with a look at how you can keep things clean in the new year. Kern County Public Works is holding a series of household hazardous waste collection events throughout the month of February. You can also get rid of your waste on Saturday, February 17th at the Shafter Wasco Recycling and Sanitary Landfill, as well as Saturday, February 24th at the Kern Valley Transfer Station during those same times. You're encouraged to drop off anything that could be considered dangerous if lying around your home, such as cleaning products, pesticides, and other chemicals. As a reminder, hazardous waste can always be dropped off at Kern County's permanent special waste facilities located in Bakersfield, Mojave, and Ridgecrest. For more information about these events, please visit kernpublicworks.com.
Thanks to kerncounty.com for that, and in Bakersfield, it is official. The Centennial Corridor ribbon cutting ceremony is in the books.
Have a beautiful sunny day to celebrate the opening of the Centennial Corridor and the biggest project of all of the TRIP group. I'm going to recognize a lot of people today, and I better start out with my wife, Kate, who's in the front row. Our daughter, grandchildren, and her spouse were going to make it from Tehachapi, but I think they had a delay, school delay, so the boys couldn't make it. Personal story about this project. We live up by the Callaway interchange on West Side Parkway. And we have daughters in Tehachapi with our grandchildren and another daughter in Las Vegas. So we are accustomed to traveling through about 25, 30-ish stoplights to get down to the start of 58. After today, that's going to convert to about 4. Cumulatively, when you multiply, that's 50 trips a day, to and fro. Cumulatively, that's going to be tens of thousands of people, saving that amount of time and taking the traffic off the local streets.
Today we hear the sound of something better resounding throughout the city of Bakersfield and the surrounding regions. Today we celebrate the sound of access. Access to our wonderful present and access to the future of our great region and all of the surrounding areas.
MyTV53 News continues with the Valley's local forecast.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is love?
Christopher Clark is with us, Fresno PD. Another student was hit by a vehicle outside Yosemite Middle School this morning. It seems like this keeps happening. So what do you guys, what's kind of the message to the community?
Main thing is we do have our traffic unit, which makes sure we do have our traffic units, and they try and make sure to remain outside of schools during the school area when school's letting in and when school's letting out. But one of the things we can not stress enough is just getting that message out to our community. As pedestrians, we want to be predictable, making sure that we use crosswalks when feasible, just kind of paying attention to the road, but mainly drivers. I mean, I cannot stress enough, if you're driving in a school area, you want to drive slow. There's a reason why there's posted stop signs, because you never know if a kid can run out into the street. We must drive defensive, making sure that we look every chance we can get, because the second we take our eyes off the road and bring them back to the road, someone can be standing right there. So follow the speed limits, slow down at intersections, and just be prepared to stop, because like I said, you never know when someone's going to run out in the street. Avoid blocking crosswalks and just paying attention when you're making your turns, especially near schools, because as I said, that light may be coming to a stop, like with the hand and the sign counting down, but there might be someone trying to make that light. And just never drive impaired, for one, as well, but just giving pedestrians the right of way, even if they don't have it. You just want to practice that, because you don't want to be involved in the accident, because it can be traumatizing for a driver as well as pedestrian as well. So we want to avoid that if necessary.
You know, in school zones, what is the biggest hurdle you think for people there? I mean, are they just not paying attention? Do they not see the school zone? I don't, what is the reason for this?
I could say tunnel vision. You know, we all have somewhere to be. We all want to get to places. Some of us have work. We drop the kids off, get home to get ready for work. So your mind may not be there. We don't know the exact answer. It could be a variety of things. But the main thing is just tunnel vision. Like even if you are in a rush, just remind yourself to slow down, because don't make your emergency or what we deem an emergency someone else's emergency. Whereas if we're rushing to work, we're not paying attention to the street sign that does say slow down in a school zone. We continue to drive fast, and then we do get involved in an accident with a pedestrian. So just leaving, it could be something as leaving earlier. Give yourself that time so we avoid that rush. And even as a pedestrian, even if we do have the right of way, sometimes we need to just double check 3-4 times before we cross the street. Don't just assume, because you might think a car is going at a certain speed and think that the car might stop, but it may not. So just on both sides, let's just be defensive and just have that safety so we don't ultimately rush out and get into an accident.
A1 Combat's Tom Anderson gave you these gloves, said you're next up over there, man. When can the fight fans expect to see you in that A1 Combat cage?
Later this year. You'll see me later this year in the A1 Combat.
Michael Hernandez here of MLH Media, and I am here today at 559 Fights 103 with the new featherweight champion. Wow, Camo State and the 559 Fights Championship. How did it feel to get that win in a very, very fun fight?
Man, it was awesome. I mean, all hats off to him stepping in within 3 weeks' notice. Awesome fight, nothing but respect for the kid. It's just my time. It's my time right now.
I think you had one of the most tumultuous roads back to this title picture. Can you just give us a little bit of a glimpse into how it was for this training camp, preparing, getting everything ready? I feel like you were more prepared for this fight than you have been for a lot of the other ones previously. It just seemed you were locked in more than ever.
Yeah, I mean, I got something to prove. I had a chip on my shoulder. I know I could do it. I know I was capable of it. I just had to go out there and do it, you know?
You had him in a bad position a couple of times with that arm bar and the ground and pound. Can you take us through what exactly was going through your head? Did you think you had that finish? Did you think it was near over? Explain to the fans, man.
I felt it. I felt it. Just he slipped out. Like I said, awesome opponent, man. Just he fought a good fight. I had a little bit better tonight.
Let's get one more look at your weather. We can still see hit or miss shower activity, and highs will be in the upper 50s or low 60s. And that'll do it for us tonight. Thanks for watching MyTV53 News. See you again tomorrow.